Now, can you hear me now? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. Now? Can't hear you. I know. I'm trying. Ah. You can hear me now. No sound still? Oh, okay, good. It's it's my I don't know. Like, see, I have a mic, and then when this goes, when it blinks, sometimes I don't know. I mean, but now it sounds. So, anyways, okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's enjoying the spring weather wherever it may be. Might be raining, might be a little chilly, might be nice and sunny like here it is here in Montana, Billings, Montana. That's where I'm at right now, reporting to you live from Billings, Montana. We have Crazy Kasey Nicholson, aka Wasnakek. Wahay Panita na Nisa Wasnaka, Kasey Nicholson na Hasina, Ninana Oni, no Wani or Neeson or no Wani Neeson. Today's a good day. Every day is a good day when you get to wake up and try again. That's really what it's about, right? We go to sleep and close your eyes and know what's gonna happen. Don't know what's gonna happen, and then boom, you're awake. Something wakes you up. Your dog shaking, your kid screaming, your partner snoring, dogs barking, whatever it may be. You wake up and you're like, huh. Then you drift off back to sleep again. No control. You're out. Maybe you're dreaming of things in your life. Maybe you're under stress and you're having not a good dream. Maybe you don't even remember your dreams. Then you wake up and you're ready to start the day. I don't know if some of you guys wake up and say thank you for allowing me to have another day today. Let's make today great. Let's do what we can do today. Even if you think it in your mind, what are you saying when you first wake up? Are you stretching and you're ready to tackle the day? Are you when you wake up? Are you stressed out and all you're worried about is what is to come when it hasn't even happened? Anxiety, stress, depression, all this stuff, and you're not truly really living a life that you feel is intended for you or what you're making of it. So when you wake up, what are you doing when you're blessed for with another day? I'm guilty of not every day thanking and being thankful right away because like you, I'm a human being. Like you, yeah, I take days for granted sometimes, or the morning for granted, or the life for granted. And I don't wake up sometimes. I'll say majority of the time I wake up totally thankful. Like, okay, let's get this day going. We got this, we got this, we got A, B, C, and D to do. Let's do it. Let's do it with a positive vibe. And then there's something that creeps in that knocks the vibe off. That I allow to knock me off of my vibe, right? And as I kind of live and as I kind of wake up in the mornings, I too am guilty. Like I said, I'm a human being. And the go of life is my excuse to not wake up and say thank you for another day. Let's make today a beautiful, great, productive, awesome, gorgeous, magnificent, learning, and all the other words you want to put in there day, right? Because that's what we have to do sometimes. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys what you have to do or what you don't have to do. Um, that really comes down to you and what you want in life. But for me, when I think about the things back in my past and the things that I had to do, what I told myself I had to do, I more often than not didn't follow through. And that's what part of today's talk is about. Is it's their view, your life. So many people have a certain picture or want or wish or even dream for you, right? They expect you to do something that they would do, and not necessarily what you would do. Sorry. You ever take a shower? Sorry. And just, I'm sure you guys took a shower. But you guys ever take a shower, then get out and you're kind of like itchy? Like your skin's kind of like irritated by something? Maybe it's the water here. Anyways, back to my thing. My talk, my discussion. Their view, your life. And maybe they are truly wanting something for you, but you don't want that. Like I said, I look back on my life and I was looking at it. And I still do from time to time. And there's no regrets. There's no regrets. Wishes you could have done something different or chose something different. But does that matter? Like right now in this moment? No. That past does not matter right now. What matters right now is you and your life, this second, this minute, this hour you're about to embark on. The journey that you're going to continue on. This right now, in this moment, as you're listening to Kasey Nicholson, Wasnakek, a native from Fort Belknap. He's Awnee, White Clay, Blackfeet, Crow, Arapaho, Cree, Alaska Native. There's probably some white person in there as well. I don't know. There probably is. I haven't done a DNA test. Or you know what I mean, like the Ancestry.com stuff. I haven't done that, so I don't know what the heck's going on. And I just know that I am me and who I am. As you sit here and you listen to me, this is your moment. This is the moment that you're choosing right now. And I thank you so much for choosing Native Wellness Institute Power Hour. Thank you so much. Hopefully, maybe no one told you that you had to do this to listen to me. But that's a choice that you choose. And as I kind of look back on life, I realize there is a lot of part of me that was always choosing things that other people wanted, but I necessarily didn't want for myself. Lo and behold, there were circumstances, things that kind of got in the way for me to choose what I wanted. And again, we don't want to get too complicated in this. I don't want to go like what ifs and well this and well that and well this. I'm just trying to more or less simplify it. There's times where, I went with other people's decision. I went with other people's wishes and wants. Expectations of what I was supposed to do. And as I kind of went along with these expectations and realizing that's not what I wanted to do in life, I kind of started figuring what I wanted to do. Then I went back and I asked these people, the people that I assumed you wanted me to live this life, like because you lived the life, you wanted me. And they're like, no, we didn't want you to live the life that we lived. We just wanted you to be happy. That was the life we lived. And I'm like, so you didn't want me to live this path of life with you? And they're like, no. Why would you think of that? We just thought you were happy kind of following our footsteps. I'm like, well, it's cool, but it just didn't make me really ultimately happy. And they're like, yeah. And then I come to realize they didn't even say it. They did not tell me this is the life I want you to live. These are the steps you need to take in life in order to be successful like us. They weren't telling me that. I was in my own head. Do you understand this? I was in my own head, assuming, making these false or facade conversations with myself about what other people wanted for me. Right? And I was just like, oh my gosh, like what? You're right. None of y'all ever said you wanted me to go down this path. Ever. No one ever said that. Come to think about it, you were just supporting me in my decisions and guiding me with certain things in my life. but not really saying you shouldn't do that. You should do this. They were saying that. I was saying it to myself. That's crazy. How we will get so involved into our own minds, our own egos, and think and rationalize and assume this is what the other person wants from us in order for us to be happy. And is that crazy? Like, I'm going to live this life because you want me to live this life. And they're like, I didn't tell you to live this life like that. Well, how come you didn't tell me that in the first place? Because I was supporting you in that life. So if I decide to quit right now, doing what I was doing in a career-wise, you're telling me you'll support me? And they're on the other end saying, yeah, I just want you to be happy. What? You want me to? Okay. Oh, all right. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go give my 2-week notice now. Do it. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. We'll be good. Don't worry. It's your life. Okay. I'm gonna go do it now. Right? I mean, that's how it happened for me. Granted, I didn't get to that spot just like that. No, not at all. Totally. I had to go through some trauma. I had to go through some trial and error. I had to fail. I had to go through hurt and pain. I had to go through low self-esteem and low self-confidence for me to get to that point and understanding what I wanted in life. Some people don't even do that. Some people continue to live with the trauma and the pain and continue to live a life to fulfill other people's wishes and wants and needs. And they'll continue to do that because they don't want to rock their boat or other people's boat. Even if it means not to be the happiest that they can be, even if it means not to be the healthiest they can be in all dimensions, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, social, all those. People still do this. And I go around the country talking, motivational talking, wellness talking. I put on my own trainings. I go through I go through native wellness trainings. I go to there and I use like everything, like this whole wealth of knowledge to help people. And then you still see a lot of people, especially ones that are close to you, still living a life that's not theirs. And as a person that I really observe, like I'm an only child from my mom, so and I with my mom all the time, so I was always sitting back in the back and observing. Before I got comfortable, then I'd step forward. But I would always observe, and I just observe a lot of people. I'm like, man, she could be so much happier. Look at her eyes, like they're just so sad. He can be so much happier, but look at him. What's going on in their life? Now, that's not for me to judge. It's just a question. It's an observation about what I see the potential of somebody else and what they can be. How come they don't see it for themselves? Is it because they're listening to everybody else? Is it because they're living a life because that's what other people want them or expect them to be? So they're going to say, okay, yeah, well, you expected me to do this. I'm going to do it. You don't want to care about me. You don't want nothing from me. I'm going to live this life because you said I should live this life. Okay? That's crazy. And the reason I'm telling you this stuff, and the reason why I did this talk today is because I'm going to start traveling again. Okay? And wait, before I get to the story of me traveling again, let me go here. I always like to talk to you guys and say hello. You're good. We can hear. Okay. Oh, I do not know how to say that word, Stefan. Sorry. But yeah. Thanks, Native Wellness Institute. He or she or whoever is moderating this says thank you. Welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. Well, thank you for having us, Native Wellness Institute. Valerie says it's chilly over here, overcast. Crystal Hillgardner says, hey, from Alberta, eh? Oh, cry, Alberta. Alberta, hey, boy. I don't know. Maybe that's Saskatchewan. Do they use boy a lot? Hey, boy. I don't know. Got some relatives in Alberta. I actually related to some Siksika relatives. Herman, yellow old woman, old yellow old woman's plaited hairs down, all over there. I don't know where exactly. They're Kainai down there as well. Delaney's. Anyways, okay. So hello, Hill Gardner. I don't know if you're my relation or not. So hey, just throwing some names out there. If you're related to them, maybe we're related. I don't know. Okay. Patrick Rowan, what up, Patrick? He says, Kasey. I'm like, hello, Patrick. All right, I do not know Stefan. Oh, okay, Olive Mignon. I don't know. Valerie St. Pierre, try to make steps, honor the creator. Good for you. Pat Kenny, truth. Tina says, okay, I'm Skapikani. Blackfeet. But you know that. Anisha says, ha ho. Anisha says true. Stefan, supermarket cashier, asked, did you find everything you're looking for? Me. Where here is the indigenous food of the Mohawk people? That's smart. Matthias Craig Dyson says, Cree, Inuit, Mi'kmaq from Nova Scotia. Whatsup, BC? My wife's from Kamloops, BC. Corina, Patrick Rowan. Okay, so hello everybody again. So the reason why I'm telling you this again, their view, your life, is because I too have been through a lot of trauma and a lot of trial and error, a lot of failure. A lot of these things kind of just stumble and fall and pick myself back up, stumble and fall, pick myself back up. And I'd always look, up after I stumble and fall. Okay, now what do you want me to do? Right? Again, like I just stumbled and fell. And then I asked somebody else, okay, now what do you want me to do? It's not their life. It was never their life. It was my life, okay? So I found myself always living and choosing to please others. I always found myself going into a route or to a destination because that's the way someone thought I should go, even though they really weren't saying that. It was my own low self-esteem, low self-confidence to say, you know what, I'm going to do what makes you happy rather than what makes me happy, because you being happy is what makes me happy. And no, me being happy should be making me happy, okay? And so, and granted, it does feel good to make other people happy, but you shouldn't be living your life to make other people happy, in a certain decision that you feel that they're wanting you to do. So the reason why I think I kind of got into that niche or that groove or that trench, however you want to look at it, is because I was an only child. I wasn't really necessarily given the tools or the know-how or the resources to be able to necessarily think on my own. I became dependent on my mom because she was my only caregiver, and she was doing the best she could raising me, and not necessarily she was just giving me the tools that she knew, so there's nothing there to blame. Like I necessarily can't blame her for anything. Thank her for everything that she's given me, all the tools and resources, because today I'm a successful Native man, husband, father, son, uncle, speaker, comedian, wellness trainer, golfer, I don't know, activity person, I don't know, you know what I mean? Water drinker, I don't know, okay? Because of all her, because of what she's given me, but through that time of the things I didn't get, I was doing a lot of stumbling and falling, and I was becoming dependent on her because I don't know why. I really don't know why I took that route. And then so when I got into a relationship, or when I started making significant relationships with various different people, it was always like, I want to make them happy. And I don't really know what makes me happy yet. But I want to make them happy because seeing them happy makes me happy. So that feels good. So that positive reinforcement to continue my journey on, not realizing I was neglecting my own needs and wants, my own dreams, goals, and ambitions. I've talked numerous times about this whole thing called my 10-year letter, and I am so happy. Like, you guys, I mean, Native Wellness Institute, if we could start doing this as well at our trainings, that would be great too. But honestly, like, when I wrote that 10-year letter as a 12th grader, and 12th grader, a 12-year-old, um, a 12-year-old in Silver Spring, Maryland. I listed all my needs, wants, dreams, goals, and ambitions. And in 10 years, that's what I was hoping to become. Then getting the letter, reading it, and saying, oh, wow, okay. No, I didn't do any of the things I really wanted to do. And then asking yourself why. I mean, I did go to college to help people. That's what I wrote on my thing. There's actor, comedian, stuff like on the bottom of the list. But the beginning of the list, the dreams, goals, hopes, and ambitions, the professional athlete, the college athlete, you know. I'm still kind of, but not really. But I was athletic, um, really athletic. Let's go there. I was really athletic. Like, with a little bit more training and coaching, I think I could have gone somewhere, in my opinion, really deep down inside me. I just didn't have the self-esteem, self-confidence, or the know-how, the tools to get to that level of believing in self, to know that I can push harder, and also to separate myself from the things that I felt was not important, but I wanted, but I didn't need, if that makes sense. Relationships, schooling, what school to go to, Montana, all these career moves, like career educational move stuff. So like, if I could have pulled away from, separated myself and not needing it, but just saying, I want it, but I don't need it. See, my feeling was I need it in order to function, in order to continue a successful life that I've been kind of going on. I need to do these things, and the way I've been getting there is by listening to what other people have been telling me they feel is a good route and what they want from me. Ex-girlfriend. Never said anything. Probably totally supported me. But in my mind, I figured that was happiness, was to do that. And in turn, it turned into not happiness, right? It turned into cheating, and turned into lying, and turned into all these things that I never imagined and planned to do. I really didn't. It wasn't like I plotted to do those things. You know what I mean? I didn't really, you know. But again, I fell on my face. I got back up. Okay, what do you want me to do? Like, anybody, anything. Tell me, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And not really truly following my heart, truly following my goals and my intentions, not truly following what I said as a 12-year-old, throwing it out into the universe, saying those are the things I want to accomplish. I turned away, I think, 2 scholarships and a partial scholarship. You know, it wasn't official, but that's verbally they said this is what we would do, or this we really like how you play. This is what we'll do. And I turned them down. Even though when I was 12 years old, I said I wanted to become a collegiate athlete. I turned it down. I never got the chance to play college, anything. I was an awesome baseball player, a pretty good basketball player, a decent football player. Baseball would have probably been the best, basketball second, football third. But again, I didn't have the know-how, the self-belief, the self-confidence, or self-esteem to go into that route. Work hard enough just to be good enough, but not to be great. Because in my mind, that was a life that somebody didn't want for me. Because if I did that life, the professional or the collegiate athlete life, then I would have to sacrifice something that got me from there to then, you know. And I wasn't willing to give up those things for me to embark on my own dreams, goals, and ambitions. Does this make sense to you? Like, I hope I'm not going like all over the place, but that's kind of what I'm trying to tell you guys, is like, it wasn't important enough for me to separate myself from what they wanted or things wanted for me, it wasn't important enough for me to decide what I wanted for myself. Because deep down inside, even then, as a 18, 19, 20-year-old, I still had dreams. I still had goals, ambitions to play college, whatever, basketball, football, baseball. While I was in college, I looked at the basketball players and said, I could do that. I could be on that floor. I could be in that field. I could be traveling right now to all these cool destinations and playing professional, or not playing professional, but playing collegiate style play. I know I could have. Deep down inside, I was wishing, but I didn't step away from what I thought I needed. And I didn't need it. I needed myself. I needed who I was, who I wanted to be. That's crazy. To think about the things that you would have, could have, should have done. I'm not saying, I'm not living in the would have, could have, should have. This is for just the simplicity of talking and presenting to you today. But thinking about it, the would have, should have, could have's, I am like wondering what could have, should have been, right? And that's fine. You know, I really, really am truly deep down inside fine with those, with my choices back then. Because I wouldn't have been here today. Maybe I wouldn't have been with Native Wellness Institute talking to you today. Maybe I wouldn't be one of the comedians in North America having fun and enjoying traveling, making people laugh. Who knows, right? But that's what I said at the beginning is like, the only thing that matters right now is this moment right now. And what you're choosing, what you want in life, right? That's all that really honestly matters. The past, yeah, it has an effect on your choices, but is it a positive effect or is it a negative effect? Okay? Those are things like, are those wishes and wants from other people what I want for myself? I know there's some, obviously, it's not just the straight, black and white scenario. I know it's not that. But we also have to think about, it's your life. It's their views on what they feel like you should do, but it's your life. Before we get into this next section, I'm going to look at this and reply. Fillmore, hello. Good to listen in. Right on, Fillmore. Thank you for joining in. I used to live in Billings. You need to moisturize. The water is very hard and drying. It is. It's making me all old looking and wrinkled. Like, look at what happened in my knuckles. Like, it was just like, look like that. And then living here now, they look like that. Hey, I'm just joking. It doesn't. But I don't know. Anyways, my 20-year-old son came. Oh, this is from Herberta E. John. My 20-year-old son came to and said he was going for an interview, and I had to just say, okay. Although the job he has really good, good insurance and near home. If he gets this if he gets this other job, then he is away from home during work and home on his days off. I just have to support him. So many other worries went through my mind. Just wished him luck. Gotta let him experience. Good job. Good for you, Herberta. Because that's how we learn. Us young people. Hey, I'm not even young anymore. I'm 40. Do I dare tell my age? Do I dare? Yeah, I'm 42. Was that weird? Did I just act like that? Okay, 40. I'm turning 43. Oh my God. Okay, 43. Yeah, I'm young. I know. I'm young. I know. Rainbow Falls says, I think we have been taught to think like this. Living someone else's life, especially in family. Not everyone, but the influence. I see this a lot, and it guilt and shame in some. Very good. Shame and guilt thinking are colonial constructs. Thank you, Stefan. Patrick Rowan, that's life. How it works. How we learn. It's all progression. Yes. So true. Progression. There was a thought there I was going to say, but I'll wait. Peace. Yes, it's your life. Emphasis on your DK Dyson, right? It's your life. What you want. Are you willing enough? Are you brave? Are you confident enough and to choose things that you want in your life? Okay? That's important. That's important. Or are you okay with losing some things if you choose your life? Right? Isn't that scary for some people? I know as I was younger, that was scary. Like, what if I chose my life? What if I chose what I wanted to do in my life? I would lose things, right? I would lose the affection of somebody. I would lose the love possibly from somebody, the physical love of somebody. I would lose my job. I would lose my good insurance. I would lose the safety of what is happening now. The certainty for a lot of people, if they went off and did things that they wanted to do. That's the life I was kind of on, really. For me, it didn't click with me. It just didn't. It just didn't. Like, I was doing the 8 to 5. I was really doing the 8 to 5. It was for certain. I'm getting a check every 2 weeks. I'm getting paid good. I have room to move up and continue to thrive in this workforce. Continue to be the best counselor or therapist or co-worker or whatever in this life. It's safe. I don't have to worry about bills. I got money. I can pay. We got a place to live, food to eat. Man, it's good enough. That was my thought. It's good enough. Like, the desire and want to be better kind of start dying off almost. You know what I mean? Not as a work or anything, but just as Kasey. Like, this is good enough. This is the life, and this is good enough. But that's how I felt. It wasn't good enough. For me. For everybody else, it was. But for me, it wasn't. There was just something in there. Kasey, you're supposed to be doing something different. Remember? We discussed that. Are you falling back into the same rut that you were when you were younger? And then one day, and I always talk about this because it's so important. I hope I'm not reiterating things. I hope I'm not just like, beating a dead horse with it. I don't know. Because we all talk about it. We all experience it. The anxiety, the panic attacks. But I went through that. And that was the ultimate thing that kind of pushed me over to say, this false fear is not the life I want. The stress is not what I want. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't what I wanted. Really, really wasn't what I wanted. And it was ultimately that anxiety, a panic attack that pushed me over to the edge. But then I almost had to backtrack a little bit into my past and start healing so that I can have a better future kind of thing, kind of a mentality. But knowing that I'm thankful for today, but I still had to dip back a little bit and understand and clarify some things and realize I was going through a lot of trauma. I was going through a lot of hurt. I was going through a lot of abandonment issues. I was going through a lot of things. And I needed to go back to that little Kasey to figure out what I need to do so that I can start deciding what I want for myself in this moment. Each moment, each second, each minute, each hour, what I want for myself. Because every day we're faced with so many choices. It's not just A or B. Like, there are so many different choices that we can choose. Ultimately, is that making me happy with the things that I choose today? So I needed to get to that point. I needed to do some healing. I needed to do some work on myself. I needed to let go of some things so that I can let go of the thing that I'm not happy with. All at that time was my job. I enjoyed the people I work with. I enjoyed the content. I enjoyed the counseling. I enjoyed the groups. I enjoyed the individuals. but it just wasn't lighting the fire. It just was not sparking nothing. It was just like, oh, it felt like I was going through a routine. Like, this is wake up, go to work, wake up, go to work, go wake up, and it just wasn't. It wasn't just for me firing on all cylinders. And I knew I wanted to do something else, so I ended up telling my companion that I'm gonna, like I've told you before in this talk, I'm gonna quit. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm gonna quit. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Is that okay? Like, and then right there, right? Is that okay? Oh. I was like, no, I'm gonna quit. Like ultimately, it's me. And this is the coolest thing that she said. She kind of sat back a little bit. And I don't know exactly in that moment because I was kind of like nervous and there's a bunch of emotions going on at that time. And I just remember her kind of pausing and then saying, okay, yeah, if that's what makes you happy. What? You support me? Kind of thing. And so I think I gave it a month. Like I had to like transfer out some files. I had to, do the transition thing. I just didn't want to leave people just, so I kind of stayed for a month. Tied up some things, got done with my IHS scholarship thing. Like I had the IHS scholarship, so I had to do a certain amount of time of payback. So as soon as I got my payback time, which was in that 3 weeks to a month time, um, and then I walked off the job, and I was done. I was done. Now what? Do what you know do what you know you want to do, but I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. And these are conversations I'm having myself. Yes, you do, Kasey. I don't. Well, reach out and ask somebody. So I started reaching out to different comedians, to different people that might have needed a presenter at a certain workshop or a conference, saying, I have this content. Would you be willing to allow me to speak, or would you allow me to do comedy? And eventually I went full bore comedian, speaker, wellness speaker, presenter, educator in 2014. Full bore. Quit my job, 8 to 5 job, and went just full bore into working. And yeah. And each year, obviously there's the stresses of like, no one's hiring me, no one knows about me, I have to get known, I have to do this, I have to do that. I don't want to just be this blow up sensation or whatever and then just fall off the face of the earth. I want to like build this steady platform of who I am and build this good, strong content of either be a comedian or a speaker and my style and all these things so that I can ride the wave, not really ride the wave, but sustain the momentum, I guess you'd say. It's not really, I don't like the wave thing because the wave then ends. Like it's, I would like to say like I'm kind of working up to a peak, you know what I mean? And then I want to hit this plateau, which is fine, but then I want to be able to go up a little more and a little bit more. And during these times, I want to learn and get better and work harder and keep dreaming and keep hoping and keep wishing and keep praying and not ever settle, and to continue to do what I want to do rather than what other people want me to do. And it takes a lot of work to get to that point in life, because I know, like someone said here, we've a lot of us are taught that, like, follow the leader, kind of more or less. Forget being your own leader, follow that leader, And I like Native Wellness Institute because Jillian Joseph was one of those people. Like, she was kind of in that mix, and she kind of was not following, but she was being guided, I guess you'd say. And then the opportunity to come, like, hey, do you want to take this organization over? Huh? And she had enough self-belief, self-confidence. I'm sure she had to go talk to other people and figure out, what should I do? I need some feedback. Maybe she's always known she wants to do that. and she's taking it over, and along with the board members and support system, and it's that's what it's about, growth. And the Naval Wellness Institute is just only growing, you know what I mean? It's a good understanding of how to grow something that's helping people. And that's how I feel the journey I am on is I'm growing something to help people, whether it be my comedy, because you heal people through laughter, right? You help teach, and you also learn. Obviously, I'm not a teacher. I obviously learn as well too. But you also go and teach or help or facilitate in life, different trainings, and I think that's what it's about. And I didn't feel like I was doing that in my job because I don't know. It was weird. It was cool. It was a good realization, I guess. You know what I mean? To understand, like, wow, this is what I want to do. Yeah, it's a little bit more challenging. It's a little bit uncertain, but I want to, and I need to work a little bit harder, and I know that to get to the platform I want to. I get lazy at times. We all do, I think. Most of us, is that better? Most of us do. But I need to grind a little bit more. I need to get to that point a little bit more. And there's a certain step in our lives, me and my family life here, that we're going to do to where I'm going to have that opportunity to work harder and get to that plateau that I need to, with the opportunities that we are going to provide ourselves with. So, but that's, see how I'm incorporating people now into my life rather than saying they want me to do this or she wants me to do that or he wants me to do that. We as a collective family want to do this. I want to do this. Wife wants to do this. The kids want to do these certain things, and we're all collectively agreeing that our wants and needs, our needs or whatever, wants or whatever, wishes, dreams, goals, ambitions are kind of matching up a little bit, and I'm still going to achieve what I need to do, what I want to do in life in conjunction with whatever else everybody else is doing in my family. And it's working out good. It's working out great. And I only pray and wish and hope that continues. I can't control tomorrow. I am letting go of the past, and I am focusing on now of what I want to do, not what everybody else thinks I should do. Okay? Hey, you're a native comedian. You should tell jokes like this. Hey, you're not as funny as so-and-so. You should say it like this. Well, then that wouldn't make it me. Why would I do that? Okay? It's kind of weird. Oh, you speak about this. You should speak about that. And I'm like, but then that's not that's not me, right? Like, we all have our opinions, and that's fine. And it's okay. But those are the things that I'm talking about is stay the course. You're going to have people pulling you this way, pulling you that way, pulling you back, pushing you forward, trying to make you hurry. Stay the course of what you want in your life. It's their views, it's their wishes, it's their wants for you. But what do you want to do in life? What kind of stability and focus, discipline do you have to stay on the course that you want and to choose what you want in your life? And I think that's really something that you have to think about. But before you get to, or while you're working to this, or if you're in it, what have you done in the past to let go of the things to get you to this point? What are you willing to let go of to continue your journey in life that you want, the life that you want to live? All you can really worry about right now is that you can plan for the future, that's fine. But is it going to work out the way you plan? Not all the time. Are you flexible? Are you able to adapt, in life? Are you able to ebb and flow? Are you able to ride the wave? I don't know. Are you able to balance? I don't know. Those are all things. And those are all things that come from the past that have taught you, and what that you can either strengthen or learn or relearn or whatever it may be in life to get you to the point of life that you want to do for yourself. Do you need the support of others, or do you want the support of others to move forward into your life? I'm going to go back here. And I hope, okay, sorry, I'm going to go back here. I'm just going through. You'll be an ashy Indian. Wah. Also, don't make a choice because you are mad at others. You want to get back at them. That's true, DK. Youth. Right, right. Tina said, Tina Norman, I was just mentioning to my daughter this morning how important it is to recognize her own achievements, lifelong goals, and successes that she wants to accomplish. Never to allow anyone to hold her back or away from accomplishing what makes her happy and leads her to her own lifelong successes. To stand up strong and proud for what she wants and needs to succeed. I, as her mom, never want to stand in her way. Boom. Right there. Oh, I can't do it. There we go. Oh, I can't do it. Anyways, yeah. Tina, not to be concerned with what others expect of her. Matthias. Craig Dice says, people often say we should do all these things and what they should live and that we should live this way or that way and are expected to go to college or get a great job. Those things are great, but no one ever says go and find happiness and be happy first and then go onward in life. Beautiful words, Matthias. Yes, exactly. Wind River says, good afternoon, listening from Mesa, Arizona, Odham Territory. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Good topic that I need to hear. Good, Wind River. You get yours, Wind River. When we step in our authentic self, magic happens. The doors open. Step into the unknown. Yes. Oh, I think that was part of my... And you just totally hit the nail on the head. The unknown. You don't know if it's going to be... Well, maybe you know that it's going to be successful. But the journey to that success, you don't know how it's going to play out. But you know it's going to be successful, but you really don't know how that middle part is going to play out. Like the trials and tribulations, the failures, like famous people, they went through, they knew they were going to be successful, but they didn't know they were going to, fail at auditions. They didn't know they were going to be turned away from roles. They didn't know they were going to be told they're not made for TV. And yet they are now made for TV, from motivational speakers to entrepreneurs to wellness speakers to actors, like whoever, it doesn't matter. That's how I feel. Is I know I'm going to be successful. I know I'm going to be that person that is going to, I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Famous? I've always said it, so I might as well say it. I know I'm going to be that person that's going to be famous, but I don't know how that track in the middle is going to happen. I don't know. Like, how many trials and tribulations am I going to have to do to get to that point? Is it my only goal in life? No. But it's something I wish for myself and need and want for myself. I don't know how to explain that. You know what I mean? Like, it's something, it's there. It's always something I felt. I just don't know exactly how it's going to get there. How many times am I going to have to fail and trial and tribulation to get to that point? How many successes I'm going to have to get to that point? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm here for the journey. I'm learning. And it's beautiful. I love it. Okay? Rainbow Falls says, teacher's brother. Stefan says, one dish spoon philosophy and 7 generations philosophy. Joe Allen says, got me thinking about my life playing sports, baseball, and football. Kind of thinking, what if I stuck with it and did have the support but wasn't happy? So I did my thing, becoming a family man and having kids, working at different jobs, but at least I was happy with my choices. I also thank the Creator every day that I wake up in good or bad days. Awesome, Joe. Good words, man. Tina, healthy guidance is okay for your kids, but to give them room for their own personal growth is very important as well. Or also, Rainbow Falls says, this is where the magic happens. Through our own pain directs us to the doors that we choose. Herberta, a lot of my son said, you're saying, I feel better to know he wants something better for himself. Thank you, Kasey. I didn't do anything, but yeah, awesome. I mean, wow, I don't know. Is that okay? Am I downplaying what I just said? Thank you for listening. There we go. Stefan, walk beauty into unknown. Your heart knows where you're going. Have a good mind, Rainbow. Thank you, Real Talk. Your gift is alive. Thanks, Rainbow. Native Wellness, happy smiley face emoji. Native Wellness Institute says you're available to come to your community event staff. Thanks, Native Wellness. Little plug there. Appreciate that. Raven Lee Meadows, be you. There's no one else who can be you. Perfect. Teenagers need you. Now here I want to go wanting to talk to high school students. Thanks, Rainbow. Now here I go wanting you to talk to high school students. Oh, I totally would. It's so cool. It is. It is. I mean, teenagers are a different crew. Beautiful, beautiful set of life, that moment of life. You know what I mean? It is. But in my mind, there's so many things going on in their life, like from social interactions to maybe their significant boyfriend or girlfriend, to their parents, to their grandparents, to their friends, to bullying, to like there's so many, like it's such a layered effect as a teenager. I didn't realize that when I was a teenager, and I know that was going on in my life too, but I didn't really realize that until I started speaking to high school students, and not necessarily. I mean, yeah, I spoke to them as an assembly, but it wasn't really where I started understanding the complexity of being a teenager until I sat down with them like a small group where they were able to share with me and saying, honestly saying, it's easy, for you, Kasey, as a speaker to come in here and tell us these things, which is true. It's not easy, but I understand you think it's easy, but anyways, yes. And they're saying, well, you, you know, our decisions are so influenced by, like I said, social media, bullying, uh, what your teacher wants, what your counselor wants, what your parents want, what your brother wants, all these things in life. And a lot of them, they were saying, are never the same. Or if they are the same, then it has like this branch effect. Yeah, I want your education, but this, that, this, and this. And sometimes some of them feel so confused or not understood or not heard or. And when I had that conversation with multiple high school little small group sessions, I started realizing, man, when I was thinking about my life and the choices that I was making, all those played a factor into my life. It was their views. And at that time, I didn't know what I wanted for my life at that time as a teenager. But they knew what they wanted for me in my life. And I felt sometimes when I was thinking back to my own teenage life, I didn't realize I didn't have much room to choose, you know? And like someone like that, I'm sorry, I totally forgot who it was. The young lady was helping her daughter. Shoot, sorry. Tina? Yeah, Tina. Tina's mentioning it to her daughter, like, here it is. There's a choice, and here's your choice, and I'm gonna support you, and I want you to thrive, and I want you to live this choice that you're going to make. I support you, but I want you to choose it, kind of a thing. And back when I was a teenager, I didn't really get that talk. You know what I mean? Well, that's a good guidance counselor. Obviously, she really gave me a good understanding of what I wanted. I thought I wanted at the time, and supported me in that. But that was only maybe one person. Everybody, yeah, that's a good idea, But it wasn't really like, I don't know. I like you said, like go and talk to teenagers is awesome, or high school students is awesome, but I think more of an impact it will be made if our parents or uncles and aunties will sit them down one on one and have a good talk with them about the facade of choices or the things that we are going to encounter in life, and how difficult, how hard it can be to choose for oneself. Even if you don't know what you want at that time, you still have to choose something to keep going. Choosing life, choosing death, choosing career, choosing labor, like labor force, choosing to give up your dreams. I mean, and I think a lot of us don't have that talk enough with our teenagers. And sometimes we depend too much on teachers, guidance counselors, speakers that come to school to talk to them about this. And I always thought about, I wish, deep down inside, I wish when I go talk to like kids or adolescents or junior high or high schoolers, that their parents were there when I was talking. Or that I can sit down with the parents and discuss with them and hear what they want for their kids, so that when I speak to the kids, I can maybe be a voice for them. So that, when my mom's always nagging at me, but sometimes when it comes from somebody else, it impacts them different. And not necessarily telling them how to do something or wanting them to do something, but saying that here are the choices that we are faced with. And these are the things we need to watch out for. Whatever choice you're going to have in life, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. You're going to fall flat on your face. And that's okay. Get yourself back up and keep going. Believe that the path that you're on is a good one. Even if you skid your knee, it's okay. I hurt myself in a field of grass once. I've hurt myself on straight blacktop before. Doesn't matter. I got back up and I'm doing fine. But anyways, yeah. I'm going to go here and I'm going to live with this. Everything lifted my spirit. All power hours are saved on the FB page as well. YouTube channel, Native Wellness Institute. Oh, is that my cue to be quiet? I'm just joking. Okay. Hello from Alaska. Hey, thanks, Native Wellness Institute. All right, cool. So those are things that we have to think about, and those are the things that we need to understand. We say it's their views. Their views, my life kind of a thing. It is. It ultimately is. But in order, I feel, to get to this point of choosing what you really want in your life and getting to that path that you really want in your life, you have to do some work. You have to go a little bit backwards, not bring the past to the fore, but just work on some things, some trauma, get some healing going, get some understanding about what you really want in life, and then bring that confidence and that healing forward into the present moment right now. And to say, I got this. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm beautiful. I'm great. I'm successful. I'm prosperous. I'm awesome. I am nothing but positive energy. Like that's. Then when you get to that point, then nothing else really does matter, because then now you're living in the moment. Breathing, hearts beating, the birds are chirping, the clouds are moving, the air is flowing. The kid is laughing, the wife is loving, I don't know, all those beautiful things that are happening in life, and you're able to focus on the moment rather than thinking about the past or thinking about the future. You're in the moment. But that in order to get to this point in this moment of life and what you want in life, you really have to work on healing. Oh, right here, look, healing people, heal people. Okay, so that is my time, guys. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, their views, your life. Make it what you want. Make it what you will. Choose well. Choose great. Choose health, great health in all dimensions: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, all those beautiful, great things. My name is Kasey Nicholson. I am out. Thank you, Native Wellness Institute. Thank you, Jillian, for having me today. You guys are the best. Pray to have long life, good health, good relationships for each and every one of you. Aho! We'll see you guys later. Take care.